Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasia, but you can also call me Tay, and welcome in. I'm so excited to have you here. Today we are back on Oakwood, which is my cozy fall town core island. It's been a minute since I've shared this island on the channel, but I do have a few little updates to share with you all. And today we are doing a speed build, another thing I haven't done in a while. But I'm very excited to show you guys what I have in store for today's build. But before I get into the video and all the little updates I have around the island, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could like and subscribe. I would love to have you guys join this cozy community that we are building here. Now let's get into the video. Alright, as I said you guys, it's been a minute since I've been on this island, kind of over a month. I last worked on my island entrance, and most of the videos so far on this island have been long plays, so today's a really nice change of pace. I just wanted to build this really big pumpkin patch in front of my house here with this beautiful overlook with the bridge. And I really do like how it turns out in the end. It was really fun to put together, but it also took me quite a while. Essentially, the idea was to create this big, wide open pumpkin patch where just visitors of the island or even just residents can come by, grab their own pumpkins, pick out big or small, whatever size is available, and take them home. So I pretty much run this pumpkin patch, and I covered this entire area with the dark dirt. I thought that'd be very nice, but in the end, I actually wish I had covered this with the light dirt. I think I decided not to do that ultimately because I'm using the light dirt for my roads throughout the island. I think that's probably the one thing I would have changed about this build. But also these areas that I'm running through are kind of things that are newer, I guess, if you haven't been keeping up with the island or haven't seen my recent videos or even my past live stream on this island. But I also created this roundabout situation with the dirt pathing here, which we will decorate in today's video. And then I also put in another bridge right here to create this double bridge moment, which I do have another double bridge like canal situation on the island. But I really felt that this area could also have double bridges because it just looks so pretty, especially with the natural river. And I think Mac also really enjoyed the area because he was fishing down there in the corner. But we are going to start working on my pumpkin patch. This build took me about 3 days to complete just because I kept going back and forth on how exactly I wanted to fill out this whole open space, especially because the pumpkins aren't very tall items. So that's something that I was really struggling with here. This area is so wide and flat that I felt like I needed to add height in different ways. But at the same time, I really didn't want to block the view of my house from where you can stand on the bridge because I absolutely love the way it kind of just peeks over the horizon. I think it's just really pretty. So my first idea was to create this stall here, which I absolutely loved that combination of items, and I do put things on top of the stall and decorate it really cutely. But I do end up moving that like around the build so many different times. I could just not figure out the right space for it. But my original idea for that was maybe that's the stall that you go to when you're about to purchase your pumpkin. I do incorporate it towards the very end. It does look slightly different, but I thought that was a really cute concept. And after I laid those few items down, I thought it'd be smart to start working on the dirt paths that would go on top of the in-game dirt. And these were meant to act as mostly just a walkway and kind of show you where you should walk in between all the pumpkins. I thought that'd be a really nice divide and add a bit more dimension to the build in general. So I do spend some time just trying to like create windy little skinny walkways up towards my house and just create like these diagonal shapes. But as I do this, I did kind of want to discuss this island because I basically start placing all my pumpkins down in a very specific way. I spent at least 45 minutes to an hour just doing that. Oh my goodness, it took me so long. But either way, I did want to spend some time talking about this island and kind of get your guys' input on what you think I should do with this island, and also just figure out what you guys would like to see on the channel. I know the winter season is starting to slowly approach and I honestly don't think I will be doing a winter themed island this year. I just have a lot going on in terms of all the things I'm doing in this game. For example, I'm currently working on my Forever Island, which has been really fun for me. I've just loved that series so much, and I'm glad to see a lot of you are enjoying it as well. But I do plan to like play in the winter, obviously, because I'm kind of playing in real time on that island. So we'll get semi-winter content for that island in particular, but this island is set in the fall, and the fall is going to end fairly soon, so I would really love to know if you guys would like to continue seeing this island, or will we all be over the fall content by then? Because December is coming up, November is almost over, and it just is not possible for me to finish this island. I don't even think by the end of December, if I'm honest. So I'd love to get your guys' input on what you think I should do. Should I just work on it in my own time, and when it's done we can do the island tour? Would you like to still see this island throughout the next couple months? And another thing I'm really considering is the 3.0 update. I feel like a lot of the items that we're gonna get, at least the confirmed ones, could look really cute on this island. And I'm mostly thinking of like the kitty furniture here, like the tan variation of that. I know I mentioned previously that I wanted to give Molly like a nursery or daycare situation, and I think that would be so perfect to have those items in her backyard or front yard on the island. That would be so cute. So I don't know. I feel like I should wait to finish this once the 3.0 comes out, but then it'll be January, like the island will be in fall. I don't know. I'm really trying to figure out what I should do with this, and if I really even want to drag it out that long, especially because there's this one theme that I am so excited to do, and this would be the island where I would reset and start that new theme. And yes, I do plan to reset, and I know I have a video that's titled My Last Reset, but I mean for like that specific island and that switch. That's an island I will never reset, but I do want to reset at least one more time and see how the slumber islands work. All we know right now is that dream addresses are the only way for other players to come and visit our island and experience it for themselves. We're not really sure if there's going to be dream addresses for slumber islands. And I really do love being able to share my islands with you guys and you can come visit it in person. I feel like it's such a different experience versus me sharing it in a tour or something like that. So that's why the next theme that I do, I really wanted to have a dream address. So that's pretty much the whole reason why I would reset after finishing Oakwood. But those are pretty much my thoughts on that. Definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If I should wait for the update to come and add some new items to the island, or if I should just finish it, whether or not that's like when the update comes or maybe even sooner, and then just share the island tour and dream address. I don't really know. And also, this won't be the last Oakwood video that I will post. I have been working on a shopping district, which I did start that on stream, so that may or may not be the last Oakwood video depending on what you guys like to see on the channel. Yeah, so that should be really interesting and fun. I can't wait to show you guys how that turned out. It's really, really cute. I love it so much. I have been having a lot of fun with this island, and just the fall vibes are so cozy. It is so cozy, and fall isn't over in my heart until after Thanksgiving, which is coming up this week if you're watching this when this is originally posted. So yeah, a lot to look forward to, and I'm really excited for Thanksgiving personally. I love hanging out with friends and family. I love the food. It's gonna be great. I'm just looking forward to all of it, and editing and recording this voiceover is really just putting me in the peak fall mood again, which can be hard, especially when all the stores have a bunch of Christmas stuff out. I'm like in that weird stage where I want it to be Christmas, but I'm still enjoying whatever is left of fall. So Oakwood is keeping me in the fall spirits for now. But let's start talking about the build again, and it's already been like 9 minutes in and I'm still working on this dirt code. I was not lying when I said this build took me forever to do, but I was just really particular on this, and I really was trying to create little clusters of the pumpkin patches throughout this entire area. So me laying down this path was really helping me create those different sections, and yeah, it took me forever to do that, oh my goodness. But hey, it was all worth it in the end. I will say that I do end up putting in a tree in the very center of the build, and I'm still not sure how I feel about it if I'm completely honest. Like, it kind of blocks my house, which was the whole point of having that one lookout by the bridge. But I felt like it was too empty, like the whole build was too flat. And personally, I love fitting in so many different trees and different heights in my builds that I was really struggling here. And as you can see, I even tried moving the stall into this section, which now that I'm looking at it, it is pretty cute over here, but I did want to include more pumpkins in front of this. So I end up replacing that stall with some trees and stuff. Oh my god, it's so cute now that I'm looking back at it, but I'm happy with the end product. I'm not gonna change it now. It's just one of those things when I see so many different versions of how my build looked when I'm going back and looking at this footage that I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I kept it there, but then also included what I do a few moments after making that. It's this weird thing. Maybe I could go back and like change things up. Let me know what you guys think after seeing the very end. But yeah, and then I also really wanted to fit in this windmill somewhere in this build because I was trying to keep the whole cutesy town core feel and having this big open plot, but I also wanted to throw in a few little farm elements. It just wasn't really working in the build. Wherever I put it, you couldn't see it quite well. I honestly can't even remember if I end up fitting it in somewhere in the final product, but I did have to time travel. This is like a few days in advance, and also this coloring in this footage is just so pretty and vibrant. It was like a nice sunset on the island. Oh my god, I loved it. There's like little pink hues. It's so pretty. I love it. But this is what the build is looking like so far. I'm loving the diagonal effect with all of the pumpkins, but you can kind of see what I mean by I had so much space to fill up, but I was also trying to avoid blocking my view of the house. So I don't know, but I did create this little cluster here in front of this tree. I love the white cosmos. They are my favorite flower in this game, so I found it really cute and mixed with all the pumpkins. I also put in those string lights behind my house. I thought that was a really cute detail because I don't know about your guys' pumpkin patches, but the ones I've visited in the past are ones that usually just get set up specifically for the season, and then they get taken down or replaced with like Christmas trees, and usually they surround the whole area with these string lights. So that is kind of the feeling that I was trying to emulate, bringing in different elements that remind me of my childhood, going out, grabbing pumpkins, which I do still do with my family, but we don't do it as often, like going out and picking pumpkins. I feel like it's every other year that we might grab them and then possibly carve them. Like this year we were supposed to paint pumpkins, but we didn't end up getting around to it, unfortunately. But yeah, a lot of what I do in my builds is take references from real life or just other builds I've seen in Animal Crossing and just combine everything to make it my own. And I find that process so much fun and rewarding towards the end because it has a little special place in my heart and reminds me of different memories from my own life. And I think it's so cute. That's what I love about decorating in this game. You can just create literally anything and everything, and I adore it. I just love the decorating process so much. But also, you guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments or just ideas of what you think I should put inside of my house. So as I mentioned, my character runs this pumpkin patch, but I'm trying to brainstorm how I should decorate the interior. I try my best to decorate my resident rep's house interior as much as possible on my islands. So I'm trying to brainstorm different ideas that are themed around pumpkins. I could either do like pumpkin carving inside the house, or maybe it's a bakery or a restaurant that is known for their pumpkin pie or just other pumpkin foods or desserts. Maybe it could be, I don't really know. Those are like the only ideas that I have. So let me know your thoughts down below. I do plan to incorporate a bed and breakfast on the island somewhere else, and that's going to be in a separate resident rep house. I still need to make that resident rep for the island, but I think it's going to be really fun. I've never done a bed and breakfast before, and I think having one on a fall island is just peak coziness. So I'm really looking forward to getting around to that and decorating it. And then I decided to come over to the neighborhood over here and just throw in a few pumpkins, make it a little bit more festive because we are celebrating the fall season on this island. And I must say, even though this island is set during a specific season, I just have been adoring the cozy town feel. I feel like that's probably one of my favorite themes to work on. Also, my controller was just like low battery and kept flashing at me throughout the remaining part of this video, so you're gonna see that in the top left corner occasionally. But yeah, I've been adoring this island. It always feels so cozy to log on and just decorate and have so much fun. I don't know, I just get warm feelings working on this island theme. I just adore it so much, but I am starting to run out of room on the island. I had all these ideas and I already find myself at the very back of the island based on my terraforming. I've been meaning to incorporate a lot of like foresty natural areas in between the town pieces, but I feel like the town has been taking up a lot more space than I expected. But you know what, that's okay. As long as I'm having fun, I kind of just go with the flow. And I find that a lot of my original ideas when making an island theme don't end up on the island, or maybe the island overall just turns out very different from my initial thought. And I do end up loving the islands either way, but I was really hoping to incorporate a few more natural, like foresty bits on the island, so we'll see if I can still fit those in somewhere. But we are officially in the final stretch of this build, and I decided to incorporate some of the actual pumpkin sprouts in the build, so maybe this is like a tiny pumpkin patch for the little ones to grab their own pumpkins. These are a lot smaller compared to the big pumpkins throughout the patch, and I just thought that was like a nice change of pace. And it looks like I did manage to incorporate the windmill in the build, so there we go. And also my controller once again is flashing at me. But also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the coloring in the footage is very different from the beginning of the video, and that's because I actually transferred this island onto my Animal Crossing Edition Switch, and I currently have my Forever Island on the Switch too. So that's something interesting. Oakwood was originally on the Switch too. I feel like the color was so much more vibrant and crisp. So if you guys have been wondering if there's like a big difference playing Animal Crossing on the Switch 2 versus the original Switches, I personally definitely notice a difference in the coloring, in the speed of it, and also Metropolis, my superhero island, is extremely laggy. But when I visited that island from the Switch 2, I had zero lag whatsoever, which was kind of astonishing because that island is full of simple panels and codes. It's kind of insane. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys because I found it kind of interesting. In case you were considering getting a Switch 2, I do notice slight differences in Animal Crossing. I don't know if it's 100% worth it in investing, if I'm completely honest, but I will say that I have been enjoying my gameplay and just playing on the Switch 2 in Animal Crossing. I have noticed those differences in just the speed of it and the color, and I don't know. I just personally think it's pretty good. But we are nearing the end of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some beauty shots of the build, and I will catch you guys at the very end to close out the video. And with that, you guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's speed build and returning to Oakwood. Please let me know down in the comments below what you would like to see on the channel in the future, if you would just like to see a tour of this island, or if you would like to continue seeing builds. I would really greatly appreciate it. We do have one more video coming, like I mentioned, and also I mentioned this in my past episode on Muffin, that I'm trying to create a schedule. I'll have a Forever Island video every Friday, and another extra bonus video every Tuesday. Tuesdays may or may not have a video depending on how busy my week is, but I do want to try to stick to that, so you can look forward to that hopefully in the near future coming up. But I want to thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day or night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!